Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to VENKANNA English Guru. Do you want to know how I qualified 2 JRFs in education and English literature? Do you want to know specific methods and strategies that I followed to qualify these examinations? Do you want to know how I helped my students to qualify UGC-NET examination for more than 2000 students? Do you want to be a topper in JL English or DL English or an assistant professor in English? And this video is for you. And in this video, I am going to address these major aspects, my friends. You see, I am Dr. K. VENKANNA. I did my MA and MEd from Osmania University. I did PGCTE, MPhil and PhD from English and Foreign Languages University and qualified SET, AP SET, UGC-NET and Junior Research Fellowship both in English and Education 10 years ago, and I have more than 16 years of teaching experience of teaching English literature, English language teaching and English grammar. Next, contributed a lot of students to be government employees for more than 20,000 of students across 2 states. Next, in this video, I am going to talk about how and what are the techniques and approaches that I have actually used to qualify these examinations. First, we'll talk about English literature syllabus. After 2018, the government UGC revised the syllabus, and what are the most important topics that you need to focus on, and what are the least important topics that you need to consider, and what are the shortcut methods and strategies. Very important topic as part of this video, my friends. And as you know, there are 10 important chapters as part of our paper 2 examination, and out of this, unit 1 drama, 2 poetry, 3rd fiction. These are very important. These, based on these 3 chapters, you will get 50% of the bits out of 100, out of 200, out of 100 bits, you will get 50 plus bits from these 3 chapters, my friends. Very important these 3 are. And with regard to unit 5 and 6, these are relevant because you need to focus on these 2 chapters, because once you qualify SET, once you qualify NET, what do? You want to use textbooks. You want to use university materials, degree level textbooks, and these textbooks include a lot of issues with regard to listening, speaking, reading, writing, vocabulary and teaching pronunciation and grammar. So when you want to know the techniques of teaching these LSAW skills and teaching vocabulary and grammar and phonetics, these 2 chapters function like a basement foundation to you guys. So these chapters not only help you to qualify your examination, but also to become a good teacher, good lecturer, good assistant professor, so that you are aware of you are aware of a lot of techniques of teaching and knowing about language, English as second language, third language, foreign language, history of English, and how English is taught through grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, writing, and what are the theories of language teaching, theories of language, theories of pedagogy of teaching English. All this you will understand, my friends. Based on these two chapters are very important in your practical field, not theoretical in your examination. So based on these 2 chapters you will get 10 marks, 10 plus. But these 2 chapters will help you to lead your life happily as an English teacher, as an English lecturer, my friends. So focus on these 2 chapters. If once you qualify NET, you want to be in teaching field. If you want to be in teaching field, you must be aware of these concepts, because once you become lecturer, you are not going to employ the theoretical knowledge of literature. You are going to employ this practical knowledge. For that, you need to focus on these 2 important chapters. And another important thing is the heart of our English NET examination, Unit 8 and 9. Unit 8 and 9, literary criticism, literary theories after post-World War. Very important, my friends. These 2 chapters, you will understand these 2 chapters when you have complete idea about English literature, complete idea about drama, poetry, fiction, my friends. To understand criticism is entirely different. Nobody is able to understand the concepts of literary movement, concepts of those critical thinkers and different critical movements, my friends. These Based on this, you will get 20 plus marks, my friends, and very valid. Today, most of the students are not able to qualify UGC-NET examination, set examination, and not able to get through JLDL. It's only because they are not able to apply the literary concepts into literature. So, focus on these two chapters, very, very important, my friends. Next, least important topics that I can say. Unit 4, non-fictional prose. Unit 7, cultural studies. Based on the 4th chapter, you may get to 3 to 5, and cultural studies 2 to 3. Next, research methods and materials in English. I would suggest you, if you are seriously interested to register yourself for PhD program, focus on Unit 10. Because this features, this topic, this unit becomes a part of your paper 1 and paper 2 also. If you really want to be in research, if you are not a registered PhD student, focus on this chapter and you will get 3 to 5 bits based on this, my friends. And to have foundation, as I said, three are very important chapters for you to focus on: drama, poetry and fiction. Out of these 3, and you will have a wonderful focus on these 3 important chapters when you read at least one history of English literature text for more than 6 times. Focus on not an anthology, focus on Routledge History of English Literature, focus on Pramod K. Nair, focus on any other history of English literature book that is available to you. But I would suggest you to read Routledge History of English Literature. Very wonderful, very nice. Next, it is according to the period. Next, you can add not an anthology's introduction to different periods and focus on different authors from not an anthology. Very wonderful, and you will enjoy reading, and it's worth reading those introductions. And with regard to Critical History of English Literature by David H.S., and this book is so useful when you focus on for only Romantic period, Victorian period and modern period. There is nothing in this, and volume 2 is very important for you. Next, Handbook of Literary Terms. It is just like Bible. Mug up by heart each and every term from this book, my friends. It is just a 250 pages book which is going to give you a lot of foundation, my friends. Focus on this book, master each and every term you will get, and you will have a lot of satisfaction when you write the examination. Next, this is what you've been looking for. See, you need to have certain important mnemonic codes. You need to have certain important techniques and methods to qualify examinations like English literature. English literature, very difficult to many aspirants to qualify this examination. For me, it took more than 2.5 years. Afterwards only I was able to qualify this exam in 2013. Remember? So why and how I was able to qualify that examination? I had plenty of techniques, plenty of strategies. Some of them I am planning to share with you. Listen, mnemonic codes. You need to have a lot of mnemonics, because English literature is nothing but a lot of numbers, a lot of figures, a lot of names, a lot of groups. So a wide variety of lists of books, novels, plays. How to remember that? You need to have some special techniques like mnemonics, dates, groups, autobiographies, pseudonyms, elegies, books and subtitles, rivals, title taken from books and number of cantos, and rhyme schemes and poetic techniques and coined by the writer. I am presenting you a few techniques, my friends, and I have more than 200 mnemonic codes with regard to different writers. I am presenting you at least 5 to 10. For example, you can see RBPT HLC. I have this code to remember the works of Chaucer, R. Roman de la Rose, Book of Duchess, Parliament of Pauls, Troilus and Cressida, and HLC, House of Fame, Legend of Good Women and Canterbury Tales. These are the books that were written by and Geoffrey Chaucer. For example, if there is a bit, if which of the following is not a book written by Chaucer, I will use this code. Next, you can see Hoke Jug. The common bit in the NET examination is what is the chronological order of the works written by Shakespeare, written by and Thomas Hardy, written by Charles Dickens, written by V.S. Naipaul, written by Toni Morrison. Chronological order, which is very difficult at the time. These codes will help you a lot. Next, you can see Hawkmo, Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth. Jack, Julius Caesar, Antony, Cleopatra, Coriolanus. Next, for example, you can see there are plenty of bits in the history of NET examination. Which of the following is the chronological order of the works written by Charles Dickens? I have a quote for Charles Dickens. B. Ponabam, DDBH Lago Yam. You need to have B. Ponabam, DDBH Lago Yam. B. Sketcher Bose. Pickwick Papers, Oliver Twist, Nicholas Nickleby, Old Curiosity Shop, Barnaby Rudge, A Christmas Carol, Martin Chucklewitt, Dombey and Son, David Copperfield, Bleak House, Hard Times, Little Doriot, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, Our Mutual Friend, and The Mysteries of Edwin Drood. Last unfinished novel. You need to, and there may be, wait, what the first novel, last novel, autobiographical novel, you need to have, my friends, because most of the hardly you can find and students who qualify NET or JRF in number in English literature every time. Unless you have these types of codes, you cannot qualify. Next, BSST, BJP, LMHG. I have this code for to remember the works of Toni Morrison. B. Bluest Eye, Sula, Song of Solomon, Tar Baby, and Beloved, Judge, Paradise, and Love, and Mercy, Home, God Help the Child. What was the last novel? God Help the Child. First novel, Bluest Eye. Fourth novel, fifth novel, Beloved. Like that you should be able to remember different works. Next you can say Tina Mati, the works of Chinua Things Fall Apart, No Longer It Is, and Seal of Savannah, Man of Moat, Heir of God, There Was a Country. Like that you should be able to remember, like and GMSSM, GFSC, RG. This is the code that I have to remember the works of Salman Rushdie. Grimus, Midnight Children, Shame, Satanic Verses, Murla Sai. Like that you need to. Next, Sipoechi, the greatest tragedies composed by P.B. Shelley. Sensi, Promuchi Sunburn, Oedipus Tyrannus, Hellas, Epipsychidion. Next, KCR of, I remember. Next, and many more. I have plenty of techniques in my mind, unable to share, and a few. Like this, you need to have nearly 200 mnemonic codes, and if one or two works, and you will qualify easily. And you can see, I have some more mnemonic codes with regard to texts, those with regard to writers, these with regard to text. Example, LBLH. For example, the parts of Gulliver's Travels, Voice to Lilliputians, Brobdingnags, Laputa, Humanims. DDVD, the parts of Pilgrim's Progress, Shot of Death, and Shot of Death, Sloth of Despond, Vanity Fair, Dublin Castle. Like that you should be able to remember. Next, HDSM, very important code that I kept, my friends. HDSM. And touchstone method was popularly introduced into English literature by Matthew Arnold. And according to Matthew Arnold, who was the classical poet, HDSM, Homer, Dante, Shakespeare, Milton. 3323, which means he introduced 11 touchstones, 11 classical passages, and which were taken from these classical writers, and 3 from Homer, 3 from Dante, 2 from Shakespeare, 3 from Milton. And every time if you check through any question paper, there are bits from touchstone method. Next, MCM, the 3 important angels that appear in St. John, Margaret, Catherine, Michael. Every time there is a bit. Next, BGF, DW, this is the common bit in the history of English NET examination. DL, JL, any kind of examination, my friends. There are 5 important parts of sections of the wasteland. Burial of the Dead, Game of Chess, Fights at One, Death by Water, What the Thunder Said. Next, remember, GBTC, theatres. What are the popular theatres in which Shakespeare produced his plays? Globe Theatre, Blackfriars Theatre, The Theatre, Chamberlain's Men, which is also called King's Men. So, GBTC. And World Cup Ganguly batting, I have another code to remember the works, to remember different Bibles chronologically. Wycliffe's Bible, Coverdale's Bible, Geneva Bible, and Bishop's Bible in 1968. And later, the translation of the Bible in 1611. Like that, you should be able to remember. Next, you can LMPRD. Most of the students are confused to remember whether the writer is from Italian or English or Irish or Scottish or German. LMPRD, which means this is the code to remember the writers from Italian 14th century writers. Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Petrarch, and Raphael, Dante. Next you can see SPA, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. And who was the guru? Socrates was the guru of Plato, Plato was the guru of Aristotle. Next, WCS, and Wordsworth quality Sute and Thomas Law Peacock, Lake School poets. Sute had an SBH account, which means to remember the writers from the group Satanic School of Poets, Fleshy School of Poets, Sute, Shelley, Byron, Hunt. Like that and many more. And if you want, like that, you should have plenty of techniques. And you can see, and book and the title, which is very important, my friend. There are nearly 200 to 300 books and subtitles. At least one bit is repeated, you will get 2 marks, you will easily qualify NET examination. And Gorboduc, Ferrex and Porrex, Macbeth, a Scottish play, Hard Times for These Times, Vanity Fair, Virtue Rewarded, Lycidas, a monody, and Tyrus is a threnody, Pride and Prejudice, First Impressions, Biography Literaria, biographical sketches of my literary life and my literary opinions, popular quoted bits in the history of set and NET examinations, my friends. Like that, you should collect all important titles and subtitles. You will easily get 200 to 300 that we have. Next, and book a number of cantos. And the Paddle was 10 or 12 when it was published 10, as a whole 12, Paddles again 4, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner 7. When I wrote my, when I qualified JRF examination, and there were 2 bits, Trinstum Shandy had dash volumes 9, and Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner included dash stanzas 7. Like that you will get, my friends. Next you see Wasteland 5 parts, Rhyme of the Log first 2, later 5. Next, Things Fall Apart 3, Midnight Children 3, Waiting for Godot 2, and Hamlet 5. You need to also know and book a number of volumes, canto sections. Next, popular definitions, my friends. There are nearly 30 to 50 important definitions that I can tell you, which are repeated regularly, and these definitions are to be learned. You can see poetry refers to spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings and emotions, recollected in tranquility, Wordsworth. Poetry refers to breath and finite spirit of all knowledge, Wordsworth. Poetry refers to prospectus, which is my heart and my main region of my song, Wordsworth. Poetry means putting right words in right order, S.T. Coleridge. Poets refers to unacknowledged legislators of the world, P.B. Shelley. If poetry comes as natural as the leaves of a tree, it had better not come at all, John Keats. Poetry means criticism of life, Matthew Arnold. Poetry means not turning loose of emotions. It refers to an escape from emotions, popular definition in the history of NET examination. And novels refers to loose, baggy monsters, Henry James. Plenty of important definitions that you need to collect, very, very important definitions. And I can say, with regard to poetry, prose, drama, fiction, and novel, and some popular quotations you need to learn. And at least there are 50 important quotations. These are very important, which affect your NET examination. Next you can see writer and autobiography, Prelude, Wordsworth, and Sartor Resartus, Thomas Carlyle, and you can see Charles Sumner Pilgrimage, Lord Byron, The Confessions of an English Opium, Thomas De Quincey, David Copperfield, Charles Dickens, Aurora Lee, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and an episode to Dr. Arbuthnot, Alexander Pope. Like you have, and in English literature there are nearly 200, I can give you 200 autobiographies. From that at least you will get one. If you get one, enough, my friends. Next, groups, my friends, very, very important. As a whole, from Old English literature to and modern period, post-modern period, I can give you 50 groups, popular groups like Scottish Azurians, metaphysical poets, university wits, and Lake School poets, pre-Raphaelites, aesthetists and expatriates, Bloomsbury writers, absurdists, comedy of menace experts, like that, existentialists, surrealists. Like important, there will be a bit. Who of the following is not a part of university bit? Who of the following is a part of Lake School poet? Who of the following is a leader of pre-Raphaelite? Like that you will get bits in the examination. You can say, take metaphysical poets. Metaphysical poet, John Donne, Andrew Marvell, Abraham Cowley, John Cleveland, George Herbert, Henry Vaughan, Richard Crusher, Thomas Traherne. Yes, or pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, Daisy Rosty, Krishna Rosty, William Morris, S.S. Freeman, George Meredith, J.E. Millais, Steve Wilnord, James Collison, Ford Madox, Ford Frederick, George Stephens. You need to know. And who is the leader? Daisy Rosty. Second leader, Krishna Rosty. Like that. And when it was popular from 1832 to 1848, what is the magazine associated with the germ? And what are the popular literary works written in relation to that? You need to know. That's it. What is the slogan, for example, metaphysical poets? Who coined metaphysics? John Dryden, metaphysical. Dr. Johnson, metaphysical poets. T.S. Eliot. And what is metaphysical poetry? FOC, same figures of speech, same organization, same subject matter, either social or religious. Like that, you should have all that aspects. I can give you 50 important groups, my friends. 50 important groups. What is that group? Who is the leader? Who are the members? And what are the popular books that have been composed? Enough. Next, you can, and as part of criticism, again, when you talk about Unit 9, critical theories after post-World War II, you have nearly 33 literary movements. 33, my friends. And there may be a bit, Rowan Jacobson is a part of, John Ransom is a part of, and Derrida is a part of, Stanley Fish is a part of, and Milan Kundera is a part of, Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak is a part of. Like that, you will get bits. You need to know different groups. Structuralist, Roman Jacobson, Ferdinand Saussure, and becomes a part of dash group, structuralist, like that. So, and if you take anything, and every group includes certain members. Who are the leaders? Who are the members? You need to know. William Epson and W.K. Wimsatt belong to dash group, New Criticism. And who talks about who is the leader of New Criticism? John Crow Ransom. Like that, you need to know. Next, writer and pen name, my friends. Writer and pen name. Okay, and you can see George Eliot, Marianne Evans, and both Charles Dickens, Currer Bell, and Charlotte Bronte, Alice Bell, Emily Bronte, Alice Bell, Anne Bronte, Elia, Charles Lamb, Lady of Christ, John Milton, Sage of Highgate, and S.T. Coleridge, Sage of Concord, Ralph Waldo Emerson, George Orwell, Eric Arthur Blair. Like that, there are nearly more than 100 greatest writers who have birth. That's a common bit asked in the UGC entrance examination. It's the pen name of D.H. Lawrence. Like that, you need to know. What are the popular pen names and the writers? Pseudonyms and the writers. Next, you can see important poetic technique used by, coined by. You can see objective correlative, Washington Allston, dissociation of sensibility, you can see, and T.S. Eliot, spots of time, Wordsworth, and egotistical sublime, T.S. Eliot, John Keats, negative capability, John Keats. Like that, you can see Patrick Fallacy, John Ruskin, Artists for Art's Sake, Walter Pater, Cuttle Sonnet, and J.M. Hopkins, 16-line sonnet, George Meredith, important Superman, Nietzsche. Like that, you should know important poetic techniques and first used by, coined by. There are more than 200 to 300 important poetic techniques and coined. Learn all of them, you will qualify NET examination in a trice. Next, important dates, my friends, very important dates. Study of English literature is nothing but learning a number of dates, my friends. You should be able to repeat 1000 dates in just 1 minute. Yes, you should have. I am giving you a few dates. I can repeat, but I don't think this video will not be. Next, we'll have some more videos in future. Next, you can see 1066 Norman Conquest, 1476, and printing press was brought to England by William Caxton, 1477. First books, The Canterbury Tales and Legend of Good Women, Sir Gawain and Green Knight were first published into English literature. And 1500, the modern English began, 1611, and the authored version of the Bible, and 1623, first folio edition of Shakespeare, 1667, and The Paradise Lost was first published in 10 cantos, 1688, the Golden Revolution, the Bloodless Revolution in England, and 1714, the Rape of the Lock in 5 cantos, 1755, the first English Oxford Dictionary. And next, 1789, French Revolution. What was the slogan of French Revolution? EFL. EFL, not English and Foreign Languages, Equality, Fraternity and Liberty. Next, 1798, the collaborative work composed by both S.T. Coleridge and Wordsworth. Next, 1828, the American Romanticism, American Individualism. 5 major important writers: Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, Herman Melville, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Margaret Fuller. Popular American and Transcendentalist or Romantics. Next, 1850, very popular date, In Memoriam was published. Wordsworth and death. Alfred Lord Tennyson became poet laureate, and David Copperfield was published. Like that. Next, Sonnets from Portuguese was published in 1850. Next, 1865, That is going to be the end of American Romanticism. Next, American Civil War. Next, 1859, Origin of Species. 1899, Interpretations of Dreams by Sigmund Freud. 1922, High Modernism, which we can say. High Modernism, High Modernistic period, publication of The Wasteland, publication of Ulysses. Plenty. Like that, you should be able to recollect, remember nearly 1000 dates, my friends. 1000. Starting from 452 and 2021. At least 1000 dates. Next, you can see, and title taken from title, and where do people take, and where did the writer take this title? Vanity Fair, The Pilgrim's Progress, Things Fall Apart, Second Coming, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, Hamlet, Sound and Fury, Macbeth, Touchstone, As You Like It. Like that, the title of the book taken from. And there are nearly, I can give you more than 300 these title and taken from. You will get at least one. You will get sometimes 4 in match the following, you see. Next, rivals, very important, my friends. Rivals are critics. William Shakespeare, Robert Greene, Alexander Pope, Henry Fielding, Samuel Richardson and Henry Fielding. Next, you can see Joseph Addison, Alexander Pope, Joseph Addison, Robert Southey, Lord Byron, Charles Dickens, William Thackeray, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Alfred Lord Tennyson. One writer writes to make comment on the other, and he writes to make comment on somebody, and he writes to make comment on somebody. Next, you can see, and rhyme scheme, very important, my friends. What is the rhyme scheme of Shakespearean sonnet? A B A B, C D C D, E F E F G G. Next, what is the rhyme scheme of Spenserian sonnet? A B A B, B C B C, C D C D, E E. What is the rhyme scheme of Italian sonnet? A B B A, A B B A, C D C, C D C, C D E, C D E. What is the rhyme scheme of Spenserian sonnet? A B A B, B C B C, C. And rhyme scheme of octava stanza? A B A B A B, C C. Rhyme royal, A B A B B, C C. So you need to know the rhyme scheme. These rhyme schemes, you will get one bit. Repeat. Look at the previous question papers, my friends. Next, confused titles. To Shakespeare, written by and John Milton. On Shakespeare, written by John Milton. To Shakespeare, written by Ben Jonson. Preface to Shakespeare, Dr. Johnson. Edition of Shakespeare, Alexander Pope. Shakespeare is in Love, Tom Stoppard. Tales from Shakespeare, Charles Lamb. Like that, confused titles. Antony Cleopatra, Shakespeare. Caesar and Cleopatra, G.B. Shaw. Next, Prometheus Unbound, P.B. Shelley. Prometheus Bound, Achilles. Passes to India, and E.M. Foster. Passes to England, Neeraj C. Chowdhury. Golden Bow, Sir James Fraser. Golden Ball, Henry Fielding. Golden Notebook, Doris Lessing. Golden House, Salman Rushdie. Like that, these are all confused titles. Most of the students who write NET examination, they are confused to remember different titles. Then you need to have separate title. What are the confused titles? Have a code for that. Next, elegy or pastoral elegy on the death of, you can see, Lycidas on the death of Edward King, Adonais on the death of John Keats, In Memoriam Arthur Henry Hallam, Theresis Arthur Hugh Clough, Rugby Chapel, father of Matthew Arnold, Oh Captain, My Captain, When Lilacs Last the Doriad Had Bloomed. Both are written by Walt Whitman on the death of Abraham Lincoln. Like that, collect, and you can find nearly the popular elegies and pastoral elegies are nearly 100. And read, understand who wrote on whose death and the dates. Remember these 4, you will get at least 1. Getting 1 mark, getting 1 bit, how difficult it is to people read to get 1 bit, 1 text, 1 book of 300 pages, my friends. Just I am asking you to read all the elegies and pastoral elegies, you will get at least 1. How many are there? Hardly 100 or 150. And or read all. Next, you can see, next with regard to ELT. With regard to ELT method and proposed by, translation method J.V. Medinger, direct method Henry Sweet, reading method Michael West, bilingual method C.J. Dodson, communicative language teaching Noam Chomsky and Del Hymes, structural approach, you can see Charles Carpenter Fries, like that. And you see, and Sestopedia, Lizanov, JPD, Joan of Proximal Development, Vygotsky, CLT, Noam Chomsky, community and competence, Del Hymes, community language teaching, like input hypothesis, Stephen Krashen, interlanguage, M.A.K. Halliday. Next, some of the important popular ELT textbooks, because you will get 1-2 bits based on this. Basic English Projects, C.K. Ogden and I.A. Richards, History of English language teaching, Howard, Indianization of English, Kachru, community language learning, Charles Curran, like that. What is pidgin, what is creole, what is, and different terms that are introduced into English literature by, introduced into language by Ferdinand de Saussure. Learn, focus on that. Next, some more topics, because I thought of talking about, I have the codes like more than 100 shortcut techniques, but I was able to give you some of you, and you can also focus on confused titles, parodies. One, for example, A Vision of Judgment, The Vision of Judgment, and Pamela, Shamella. Those types of text we can say parodies. There are a few, nearly 50. Collect them, read them, understand. Beginning lines. Bliss was that they don't be alive. This is the beginning line of, and the prelude. Beauty is truth, truth is beauty. Next, a thing of beauty, joy forever, Endymion. Like what are the popular lines of different poems, different novels, different plays. Next, ending lines, popular lines. Father of English literature, Chaucer. Father of English poetry, Chaucer. Father of English drama, Christopher Marlowe. Father of English essay, Francis Bacon. Father of English criticism, you can see John Dryden. Like who are, and you talk about important fathers of English literature. Next, ism, the concept, surrealism, Dadaism, existentialism, or absurdism, magic realism. Who coined them? Who coined them? Learn and make a note of that. Next, book and dedicated to, prelude dedicated to, biography literary dedicated to, like that. And David Copperfield is addressed to, dedicated to. A very important text, very important bits, my friends. Write down all those important points once you have gone through. Collaborative works. What are the novels or dramas or poems that are collaboratively written, like lyrical ballads, Wordsworth and Coleridge, like that. Next, writer and beloved. Fanny Brown is the beloved of. There was a bit in the history of English literature. NET examination. Next, writer and father's profession, very important one. Next, characters reused. Aziz is a character reused by M. Foster in Passage to India. Later it was reused by and Salman Rushdie in Midnight Children, like that. Next, journals and magazines. What is the journal associated with T.S. Eliot, associated with W. Yeats and Thomas Hardy, Charles Dickens, or Joseph Edison, Alexander Pope? Maintain Oliver Goldsmith. Maintain that, you will get a bit. And some more techniques like first title of the book. What is the first title of Pride and Prejudice? First title of Gorbadak, Ferex and Porex. First title of Pride and Prejudice, first impressions. And Sense and Sensibility, Love and Money, like that. Next, important scenes of a play, of a drama, or of a novel. Next, abbreviations. Next, genres. What are the terms that are associated with poetry, associated with drama, associated with novel, fiction, and maintain a notes. First novel, first play, first epic in English literature, in American literature, and chronological order of the works. That's what I told you, a number of mnemonic codes. Mnemonic codes, because see, to remember the works of Shakespeare also I have a code in my mind, chronological code, 666 CTTL RMTK Jamma 12 Tamamka CTPC Deputy 8. See, so all these are the letters. Based on that I will be able to tell what is the first work of Shakespeare, last work of Shakespeare, order of Shakespeare. 6663 CTTL RMTK Jamma 12 Tamamka CTPC WT 88 refers to Henry the 8th. 6663 first, Henry the 6th, part the 1, the first play by Shakespeare. Like that you need to have certain codes for you. Next, nationality and writer. Most of the students who write NET examination, they are confused. Who of the following is an Irish writer? Who of the following is a Scottish writer? Who of the following is a French writer, German writer? Students who write the examination, they are confused. They lose and 2-3 marks, and they are not able to qualify the NET examination, SET examination. For that, these play an important. What is the nationality? Edmund Burke, or Edmund Spencer, or Oliver Goldsmith, Oscar Wilde, Samuel Beckett, J.V. Shaw. All these are Irish writers. You need to make a note of all Irish writers together. Charles Baudelaire, Paul Verlaine, Paul Valéry, Arthur Rimbaud, and you can see Friedrich Dostoevsky. All these are French writers. Make a list. German, and Rainer Maria Rilke, John Wolfgang von Goethe, John Wolfgang von Herder, and all these are considered to be German writers, and make a note of that. And like that, who are the popular Italian writers? Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Petrarch, Raphael, Dante, Make a note. All these are Italian poets and painters. Make a note of that. If there is a bit who of the following is not an Italian writer, you will easily answer. Next, approach proposed by, as I told you. Okay, communicative competence is coined by Dale Hymes. Interlanguage is coined by M.A.K. Halliday. Like that. Next, theatres and associated with, very important. The Royal Theatre is associated with G.V. Shaw. The Blackbird Theatre is associated with Shakespeare. The theatre is associated with Shakespeare. The Chamberlain's Mine is associated with Shakespeare. Like that, you should be able to say. Unfinished plays, very important today. What is the unfinished novel by Charles Dickens? Unfinished novel by and Thomas Hardy. Unfinished novel by and different writers, like that you will get. You need to know. Next, and translated by, for example, Ars Poetica written by Horace, translated by Ben Jonson, like that. Next, another important, some more important poetic techniques that I am planning to share with you guys. Have mind maps. I have a separate slide for that. Mind maps, because is it required to read the summaries of 100 novels, 100 short stories, 100 poems, popular 100 plays, and when you read that, you can read only first the whole text, but next time you should be able to read only the mind maps. Based on that, you will be able to remember the story, summary, characters, and how to remember that we will talk. Make a note of all repeated bits. Focus on rhetoric, meter, stanza, because when you focus on this only, you will be able to answer comprehension of literary poem, literary comprehension of a passage in a better way when you read, when you understand these concepts. Develop the habit of reading in the morning. Best technique, my friends. I have the habit of reading in the morning from 4 to 7. For that only I was able to qualify 2 JRFs, as I can say. So literature examination requires a lot of memory. And if you don't, and because remembering dates, figures, numbers, to remember that, you need to get up early in the morning, you need to be peaceful, and you need to read in a proper way. And have an action plan or your own timetable. Yes, because most of the students, they start their preparation after the notification. No, you should start from today. You have to write the NET examination on at the evening. On the day itself, you should have an action plan. How you are able to, for example, you have finished your examination in July. Again, you need to start your preparation from July to again January. And every month-wise plan you need to have, week-wise plan you need to have. At least 2 weeks per day you should be able to read before the notification. Then only you will be able to qualify the exam. It's not a cakewalk to qualify NET examination in English literature, my friends. Next, read introductions. That I can tell you, the popular text that I liked, not an anthology. Read introductions and the authors, which is going to help you a lot. Next, as I told you regarding mind maps, with regard to the poetry, with regard to poem, you need to know who is the poet and who are the narrators, where is it taken from, when it is published, what is the meter, what are the stanza forms, what are the images used in that. Next, who is the speaker? Okay, as I told you. Next, what is the setting? What is the type? Is it a ballad? Is it a sonnet? Is it an elegy? Is it a pastoral elegy? Like that. And what is the theme? Short theme. If possible, stanza-wise theme. Very important, my friends. Have a mind map about one poem and make notes and play. Again, who is the writer, what is the setting, what is the style, what is the point of view, who are the characters, what are the minor characters, what is the beginning line, what is the ending line, what are the popular dialogues, quotations from that play. Know that, you will be able to answer. Next, I gave you one simple example. For example, if you take, I have used here Ode to Nightingale. Next, you can take poet, narrator, type, source, where is it taken from, published in, meter, what kind of meter is used, setting, stanza, characters, rhyme scheme, figurative expressions, stanza by themes, main theme, beginning line, ending line, important lines, images. Like that, you should be able to have, you need to read that, you should be able to write in just one page. The moment you look at the page, you will be able to recollect entire text, my friends, remember. Next, my upcoming videos are going to be on detailed analysis of every unit. And next, I am going to introduce you top unit wise videos. And mainly I'll be using, I am going to give you detailed analysis of the questions given from and in 2020, 19 and 18 after the change of the syllabus and according to unit. And later, because most of the students, when they write the examination, they are not able to recognize where the bit is from, whether the bit is from unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The moment you recognize, you will definitely guess that. So guessing plays an important role, you know. Next, topic wise videos will be uploaded. First, we'll upload unit wise previous questions with the answers and discussion. I'll upload a few videos, maybe 10. Next, we'll go for topic wise and we'll begin from Old English literature to modern, post-modern period, different literatures. And subscribe to our YouTube channel Venkanna English Guru, and also be a part of our Telegram group Venkanna English Guru. We have also created a Telegram channel, and click the link in the description and join the group for more latest updates, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Venkanna English Guru. Thank you.